Okay, I think I'm live. So I wanted to quickly go over the MVP Masterclass that I teased about earlier this morning. I launched a video talking a little bit more about a waitlist I wanted to launch that I have launched now, which is open, which if I get 30 people signed up, I'll release and continue finishing the course. So what I'll do is I'll quickly bring this up. So the MVP Masterclass, the cool thing about it is that we'll be going through exactly how to build your own product, starting with the Glide fundamentals. So Glide is the software that I use to build the software in. It's great. It's powerful. It's relatively inexpensive, and you can actually get started for free. Even if you have zero experience at all, you can jump in and give it a go. So 1 second, I'm just going to go live on Instagram. Cool. So exactly how we do it. So I've got the courses set up here. So the idea is that I wanted to have a build, market, and then monetize module. So in the build, what we'll have is Glide fundamentals, like I've just said, and then we'll go into some advanced mechanics and tutorials. Every single module will have a video from me, and then I'll break the transcript down. And the cool thing about this is that I'm actually going to profile building the course platform in the course platform. So what do I mean by that? So I built this entire course platform within Glide. So that's the great thing about how powerful it is now, especially with things like the AI components, where you can literally talk to a component like it's a ChatGPT or a chatbot, and it can build out that functionality for you. So for example, let's say you might be limited by the amount of components that Glide has, or you wanted a custom UI, or to do different things. You could just dive in and say, hey, create a component for me that mirrors this landing page's hero section. Or you could go create a choice component where I can toggle different choices just by hovering as opposed to selecting. It's really powerful. Anyway, so yeah, that's kind of how I'm thinking about it. So I think what I have not seen a lot of people do is educate people on how to also market and validate products. So, it's all well and good to build something that you use even yourself, but what happens if you want to take that to other people and, attract users and get them using it? So, I do have a background in marketing, so that has been helpful for me, even in my own business, to go out there and I guess essentially tell people what you do and tell people about your product and how it can solve a problem for them. So the market module will go, pretty in depth into how you can set up a logo, how you can, buy a domain, set up a landing page, how you can plug your product. And then the final one there, which is, you can see is kind of, is grayed out here, is the monetize step. So that will be exactly how to link a payment processing software like Stripe into your app, how users can actually, upgrade or sign up for a pro plan or a premium plan, how they can manage their own subscription. For example, they can unsubscribe or subscribe. The great thing about Glide as well is the API functionality is really strong. So it means that you can, sign up for a software like Stripe, get API keys, and connect to them and allow users to actually manage their access as well. There's a software called Pay Here, which I use a lot, which is great for that as well. But like I said, I had to put out like a little bit of a disclaimer because, I'm trying to release this out because I think it's what people want, but I don't actually know that for sure. So the reason I have a wait list is that if I can get my community or the people who follow me to engage with it, and I can get 30 people on a wait list, I'll know that there's actually demand, enough demand to release it. With pricing, I mean, typically, people do charge people to access, any course. But I was thinking, just for this first 30, I would just, make it a completely free lifetime you call it, subscription or access, lifetime access to the MVP Masterclass. I'd have some kind of like Discord or WhatsApp or even just a group chat to engage with the people who are using the platform, so I can get a better idea on what they're liking or what can I can improve on. Biggest thing is it was kind of hard for me to like figure out how technical to make things, because to be honest, with tools nowadays, you can really go very, very deep and very in the weeds on all the different thousands of features that you can build with. But I think I've found a way to be able to use Glide, for example, by just teaching you exactly what you need to know, as opposed to like every single component. As you can see here, there is quite a few tools that you can use within Glide, but there is the main themes that I'll cover, which is the first thing is the 3 tabs to talk about. You've got data, which is your back end; layout, which is your front end, or how users actually engage with your application; and then workflows, which is another word you could use for that is action or logic, which is how you kind of plug and tie things together. If you wanted to get a little bit more complex, which for most apps that you're going to build, you would have some kind of action. Like for example, you have a trigger, and that triggers a series of actions, and that's where a lot of the powerful automation comes in with app building to take away those repetitive tasks. For example, every morning I want to send an email out to all my leads in the form of a newsletter, or every 3 days I want to go through all of the new requests or projects or purchase orders and vets them and score them and send them to accounts, whatever it is. So yeah, this is coming really soon. I have already had 7 people sign up to the waitlist, so thank you for those people. If that's you and you are like, man, I actually really want to get my hands dirty, I want to learn how to build custom software myself, you probably fall into 2 camps. Either you want to build custom software for you to use internally to make your work better, or you have an idea that you want to put out in the world in the form of like a B2B or B2C software product. B2B would be like a Dropbox or Microsoft or Gmail. These are obviously huge ones, but essentially business to business software, like a Salesforce or something like that. And a B2C could be like a Trade Me or a marketplace or a directory or somewhere where the customer is the end user, and that usually they're engaging with some kind of business involved. So yeah, if you fall into those camps, you've got a great idea for a custom software you want to build and use internally, or you want to build a product or prototype that everyone in your niche can use, then this is a great place to start. Glide is technically built for internal software use or internal teams to use. That's where it really excels. You'll have a lot of medium to enterprise level companies that use Glide to run all of their internal functions. Think about like an operations team that has drivers going out to jobs and they have to check in every day, or there's a chain of physios and they want to manage their client relationship. Whatever it is, it's really powerful for that, because it means you don't have to start right from scratch, but you've got all these components set up ready to go. So yeah, really excited. I thought I'd just jump on here to do a quick live to talk about it for a second, because otherwise I'll just record video after video and actually not really get the point across, so it would just take too long. So yeah, if you need to find the link for the waitlist, it's on my Instagram bio. It's also linked in the comments in TikTok or on LinkedIn. Thank you for tuning in, and join if it's your cup of tea. Thank you.